It's an immense pleasure to be the part of this show with our distinguished guest, Ms. Afshin Javed. She's head of Department of Design and Interiors at the University of Faisalabad. She's graduated from NUST and she has a prompt personality. Assalamu alaikum, ma'am.
Walaikum assalam.
Thank you so much for coming to this show.
Lovely. I think it will be my pleasure.
Ma'am, being a head of department, can you please give us a brief introduction related to your design and interior department?
Yes, definitely. Department of Design and Interiors. We has been established since 2014, and it's gonna be mashallah 10 years now in September 2024, and we will be inshallah celebrating our 10-year anniversary as well. We basically offer 2 degrees as undergraduate degree programs. One is Bachelor of Interior Design and the other one is Bachelor of Graphic Design. These 2 degrees are 4-year programs, and then we also offer 2-year associate degree programs in the same title, Interior Design and Graphic Design. And from this year onwards, inshallah, we are also offering Masters in Interior Design. So it's a
That's
graduate
really great.
degree of 2-year span.
Okay.
And we are taking admissions in spring 24 and fall 24 for master's degree as well.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much. How do you stay connected with academia and field demands? And how do you engage your students? कि उनको किस तरह से pursue करते हैं आप parents को, students को कि वो आएं इस field में खुद को जो है वो flourish करें?
I think both the degrees that we are offering either graphic design or interior design, I believe it's the demand of the day. You cannot anything and everything that we're dealing with, the entire scope of our lifestyles revolve around, like if you look around yourself, we're actually in a studio and that had to be designed by an interior designer. Or, this entire interview will eventually be edited by a graphic designer. So these
Yes.
degrees, they kind of revolve around all the disciplines, and their placements also are going to be in all the disciplines. So our department are producing graduates that are capable of working in the field, and they are equipped with the right knowledge, they are equipped with the right skills to operate and manage in the field. And hence, eventually, when they do graduate, it is very easy for them to get placed in the right positions all across Pakistan. So few of our graduates are actually working in Karachi. And few of them have gone to Lahore, and some of them are working in Faisalabad itself. So it's just that students, definitely one does need to have an interest.
It means you are trying to encourage experimental work.
Yes, we are encouraging experimental. It's just that our curricula is designed in a way that that entire syllabus has studio hours and theory hours. So it is
Okay.
designed in a way that they have to design projects, they have to work on them, and eventually when they do go in the field in any of the positions, as like if they're doing their own job or if they're doing their own practice, so it's the same. It's going to be the same for them.
So what do you think, how it can be and how much it can be challenging? Because as you know, the technology is so vast and there are so many innovations. Then how can you relate your academia?
So the thing is, our entire curricula, be it graphic design or interior design, is designed to meet the requirements of the field.
Okay.
It is designed in a way that every year we are conducting these board of studies meetings, and in which we are calling experts to from the field to come and tell what is the requirement of the field and how can we
Exactly.
integrate that into our curricula. So the entire curricula is designed in a way and is revised every year upon the needs of the day.
Exactly.
And the entire, the courses are all software based. So by default, we are integrating the need of the technology, or being tech savvy. All the students and know how to operate these softwares and work on them and then produce the work. Yes, it is challenging because, things are getting changed every day.
Yes.
But that's why we are here. We are, meeting the demand of the field, the industry, and our students are well prepared and well equipped to match those requirements.
So what do you think, being a head, definitely you are going to supervise a lots of things at the very same time. So, is there any specific society under your kind supervision, under the Department of Designs and Interiors?
We do have two societies. One that is working with graphic design curricula and the other one that is working with interior design.
Okay.
But they both come under the umbrella of arts and design. It's called an arts and design society. And we cover, a lot of workshops and seminars, hands-on workshops regarding a lot of different fields of visual arts. So, like 2 weeks ago, we conducted a workshop on clay pottery, and last month we conducted a workshop on lino cut printmaking. So these societies, we all the students are then and again engaged with any activities related to visual arts or design,
Yes.
and are occupied with whatever their interests are, and they're going about it.
Ma'am, as we all know, there are a lot of stuff, there are a lot of things that are going to be happen because this is the era of artificial intelligence. So what you think? How can you up to date your faculty, and how could you motivate the students to be the more and more engaged in the upcoming
This
competitions?
artificial intelligence, AI topic is the talk of the town these days. It's like a hot favorite
Exactly.
topic for everyone to
Yes.
discuss. I believe, like any other technology, yes, it is a tool, a medium that
Yes.
students have to adopt, that
Okay.
faculty has to adopt.
Hmm.
But then and again, if you don't have the like this over here is the supercomputer all human minds
Exactly,
have.
yes.
So this is the one that you need to use in order to use that AI technology.
Yes.
And this is what I tell my students as well.
Hmm.
So yes, we do engage them with the right kind of softwares on artificial intelligence as well, and we teach them how they can write prompts and get the right kind of information out of it. But to get that information is one thing, but to process it, analyze it, and then use it as an input in their design projects is another thing. And that is what we teach our students over here, that how to analyze all of this information and the research they are doing,
Yes.
and how to convert into a positive input for all of their design projects that they're
So, what kind of research work?
To be honest, anything and everything, but
Okay.
it is most of our design projects are user centered. They are functionality based. So
Are they specifically for the final year students?
no, that is also a very interesting thing about our curriculum. Our students, they start getting engaged in design projects since semester one, since day one. That's how we just it's just that the level of difficulty is different for the students who are in first semester as compared to the students who are doing their thesis
Yes.
in their final year.
Yes.
The scope is very wide. The objectives and rationale are very more deeply sought and sensitive, but they do get engaged in projects. Their entire curriculum is designed that they have studios in which they are conducting projects, and they have theory subjects in which they're getting all the lectures and seminars and other
So,
kind
ma'am,
of.
does your department provide any platform to the students or internship programs?
That is also the part of the curriculum that students, it is mandatory for them to conduct 9 weeks of internship.
So, how can they approach?
Basically, what happens is usually the department gets them connected with the people in the field, offices and different practices, firms, apprenticeships. So we get them connected. Some of them, they come up with their own links and they just go and apply over there. But it is mandatory for them to conduct nine weeks of internship in one semester and 9 weeks of internship in the other semester. So that happens every summer. So the summer of second year and the summer of third year, they have to, complete this internship, and then they get evaluated by their offices as well, whosoever they worked under.
Yes.
We send their evaluation forms, and we take their feedback that what do you think is missing in with these students, and how can we integrate that into their education. So it is a constant feedback loop
Yes.
that we get into.
Moreover, ma'am, being ahead, what are your goals?
To be honest, I want to see these students leaving their mark at an international level. And I actually do say them to these students, male and female, that why don't you see yourself. That there's a so and so designer working in America, and there's a so and so designer working with Apple or Amazon. Why don't you see yourself being placed over there? So yes, we do say that Faisalabad is the third largest city of the country, and we have a lot of human resource that is being produced over here.
So it means you are having a leadership.
Yes, definitely. I believe that is my role to make them realize, and also to inspire them, so that those students can see themselves being placed at such important and dignitary positions, and actually doing some heartfelt works, a work that leaves a mark, a work that makes a change in the environment. And these students are trained. Their courses, their curriculum is designed in a way that addresses the modern world problems, and how to create solutions from them through their design projects, through their concepts and ideas. And that is my goal, that these students eventually work internationally, to get placed all over these places, and leave a mark with their work, a positive mark in the world.
So how do your students get exposure to the field?
The thing is, in each of the semester, there are at least 2 mandatory academic tours or academic trips that we ensure we take our students to any of the other cities. And there's one mandatory trip that we have to take locally within Faisalabad. And all of these tours or trips are academic trips, and they are either taken to their field related industrial organizations, or to maybe for example, for interior design students, we take them to wood workshops and material workshops to give them an exposure of how things are being made, manufactured, and then getting delivered. We also do take them to a lot of museums, art galleries. And another genre that we cover is that we take them to different institutes who have similar degree programs. So we take them to their annual degree shows, which are annual thesis shows or annual degree shows. So that is a very interesting way to see what all of these students, their contemporaries are doing and producing, and what kind of work they created, and what kind of caliber do they have. So these students are constantly given that exposure of the field, of their contemporaries, because eventually when they're going to go out, they're going to work with the similar kind of people in the field.
Exactly.
So that also happens every year, every semester, and we try to cover a wide array of these industries and other organization visits. And we have told them that these are mandatory to attend, because usually at some of these places we go and we conduct seminars over there. We ask the experts of that organization to give them a brief seminar or conduct a brief workshop. So that is also a learning experience that comes under field learning experience. And similarly, for graphic design students, we recently took them to a print and publication industry. It was on a very large scale. They were covering a lot of printing for their international clients. And the students got amazing experience of how something that they're designing on their computer screen gets eventually converted into a product, and then how does eventually it gets shipped off. So that was a very good inspiration for them to see that their work will eventually be projected in this way. It is a part of the curriculum. And
so as we have talked earlier about the studios, what kind of studios?
Studios. So what basically happens is, like I've told you, each of the course that they study has 2 components. One is the theory component, in which they are being taught regarding whatever the history or the context of that particular subject is. And then the other is the studio component, in which they have to apply that knowledge, and they have to apply whatever they have learned and conduct it into any kind of a project.
Those studios are also available in the University of Faisalabad?
Those studios, it is basically the part of the infrastructure of the University of Faisalabad. So each semester has their own studio. They are well-equipped studios. They have their own working stations. Let's say, for example, if there's a drawing studio, so the equipment that is available in that studio is all relevant to drawing. And then they have their design studios, so they have their workstations over there, and they spend their entire days working their studios, brainstorming, conducting research, interacting with their fellow students, and then interacting with their faculty members who come and conduct those studios and help them eventually develop a project over there. And then eventually that project is being displayed, is evaluated, and that is one very interesting aspect, that all of these projects are externally evaluated. So what happens is that since all of the studios are being conducted by the faculty members, and we ensure, once the project is fully developed, and we make sure that the student present it, just like how, in all of the other degrees, they have a defense of their project,
Exactly.
of their final year project.
Final year project.
But for our students, it's like an everyday thing. It's like an every semester thing. So they give their external jury. So we call in experts from the field. We call in experts from faculty members
skill
from
their-
other institutes. So they come and evaluate their work, and then they guide them
Exactly.
that what better could they have done, or how could they have improved their work, or what mistakes they have made, and how can they correct them.
I think this is one of the best.
Yeah, it's a very good technique for students to learn, and for students to get their work evaluated. And you do see, because
So how do you evaluate the work of your faculty as well?
basically anything and everything that a faculty does gets reflected in the work of a student, his or her performance. So that we can easily evaluate, okay, if the student is performing
So do
well.
you specifically work on faculty skill enhancement?
Yes, we do work on faculty skill enhancement. We send them to different trainings that HEC conducts, or PHEC conducts as well. And then they also attend various workshops, design relevant workshops. Recently, there was a design summit conducted in Lahore. A lot of our faculty members went and attended that as well. So again, like I believe it's like a personal interest for the faculty members as well.
Yes.
But at the same time, it is a requirement of their job that they have to be updated. They have to keep themselves updated with whatever is happening in the contemporary scenario. And
It's need of the hour.
it's the need of the hour, and all of these seminars and training workshops are conducted within the university as well. So the University of Faisalabad have these faculty training programs as well, FTPs, that happen annually or after every semester. That is also a very important aspect that, it plays a role in faculty development.
As you have talked earlier about society, so how do you lead your society with the leadership thoughts?
So for society particularly, we let the students run the show. We want our students to be empowered. We want them to, take the charge, because obviously they are the next leaders, and the next generation that is going to lead the entire, this country. So with societies particularly, we let the students do whatever they want to do, however keeping in, aligned with the goals of the department. But with the other kind of events that the department holds, we definitely micromanage it to an extent, because, a lot of energy and effort gets put. There's a certain budget allocated every year to all of these events.
So you have decided your budget related to your events?
Yes, exactly. So what happens is that each year we draft an academic calendar, and that academic calendar covers all the extracurricular and co-curricular activities and events. So let's say if we're going to have a photography workshop, we're going to have a pottery workshop, we're going to have a design seminar, and then there are certain field visits or tours to Islamabad or Lahore. They are scheduled each semester, and they're aligned with their respective courses. So,
is there any recent event you have conducted in the University of Faisalabad?
Recently, we just, last week we went to that print and publication factory that I mentioned. And this, like next Monday, we're going to have a photography workshop. We're calling in an international filmmaker, who award-winning filmmaker. He is Pakistani, but he has worked internationally, and is going to come in. We're calling in from Lahore, and we offer a course of photography to our students. So it is directly aligned with the objectives of that course, and that photographer is going to give them a very deep insight of how, you can pursue a profession in photography. and how graphic design is linked with photography, and how
Yes.
it is a tool for visual communication. And that workshop is, again, the secondary component of that workshop is a photo walk. So he's going to take the students and conduct a photo walk, and then they're going to take those pictures and post-process it. So it's an all-inclusive learning session for students,
Yes.
apart from what they're learning in studios.
So the other students from the different departments can also be the
Yes,
part of
they
your
can also be a
society.
part of any event that the society is conducting. All the students can participate. Many of them are open. They are just like walk-in. You can just come and see
Okay.
whatever is happening, and you can just come and engage with the event or the activity that is being conducted. However, the events of the department is exclusive for our design students, and we tell them that this is a very exclusive thing, so you should enjoy it and you should participate in it.
So, ma'am, how students can approach you to your department and how to get admission in the University of Faisalabad?
I think it's a very easy process.
Okay.
Our website is active, www.tuf.edu.pk.
Okay.
And you can easily access all the information regarding the degrees, regarding the curriculum. Our entire scheme of studies is displayed over there. The eligibility criteria, all of that. So if any of the student after their secondary education, if they want to take admission in interior design or graphic design, all you have to do is just look up at the website, and you can find everything over there and apply from there as well. We also conduct walk-in tours in our department, but they are scheduled at the times of admission somewhere around September. So if any of the students want to see the environment of the studios and the campus itself, we have curated tours for them. So we invite them over, and we take them around the campus and the department. And lastly, like anything else, social media. We have a very active Instagram account and Facebook account, and we do display our day-to-day activities, our studio culture, studio life, or our experiences of the field, academic tours.
I
All
think
of
it's
that.
quite easy.
Yeah, so that is the go-to medium for this younger generation. To quickly, they can look up us online on Instagram. It goes by tough.design and interiors, and all of our work, student life, studio culture, department life is displayed over there, and they can have an easy access to that. And eventually, if they're interested, they can come and apply.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your precious time to share your thoughts. And definitely, you have a leadership thoughts.
I just, I do have a strong vision for this department, and we do see ourselves, our students, making a great mark and playing a great role in the uplifting of the community and the society through their work, via their work. And hopefully, inshallah, you'll see them eventually.
It's an immense pleasure.
Definitely. Thank you so much. It
Thank
was a pleasure as well.
So, guys, I think you have learned a lot about how to get admission in the University of Faisalabad and how you get enrolled yourself to be the part of the Department of Design and Interiors. So let's we have other episodes with other leaders, with other experts of the different departments. So guys, stay with us for the other episodes where we'll definitely invite different experts from the different departments of the University of Faisalabad, then how you can explore the University of Faisalabad at your own doorstep.